user input. So have the user actually enter in information and then we will display it. So to do that, at the top here, what we're going to do is, the first thing is we need to import java.util.scanner. The scanner has to be imported, and then it allows us to get input from the keyboard. And then also, I'm going to do a multi-line comment here, and I'm just going to say Mr. Melendez, and I'm going to say 9/5/2022, and then we're going to say reading keyboard input. So this is called a multi-line comment. So it allows us to do a comment without having to do // every time, which makes life a little bit easier. So to do a reading keyboard input, it's very simple. And so what we're going to do is we're going to ask them their names. So we're going to say string name. We're going to say int hours. We're going to ask them how many hours they worked this week and how much they get paid per hour. Double pay rate. And then also we can do this if we're using the same data type. We can just put a comma and then I can say gross pay. So I can simplify our variables. Instead of having another double gross pay, I can do it all on one line like this, and makes life a little bit easier. So that's all normal and what we're used to. So now we need to create a scanner object to read keyboard input. So we're going to say scanner with a capital S. This is the name of our object, is keyboard, equals new scanner system.in. And this is what allows us to read keyboard input. So to read and ask the user, so now we want to get the user's name. We're going to say now system.out.print. What is your name? I'm going to say .print, not print line. And then now I'm going to say name, because we need a place to store that information. So name equals keyboard dot next line. So this dot, remember, refers back to scanners, the scanner class. So dot next line is used for strings. So it reads that string and stores it in the name. So now we're going to get the hours. So we're going to say system.out.print. And now we're going to say hourly, or how many hours did you work this week? Then I'm going to do the same thing, but you're going to notice it's going to look a little differently. So we're going to say hours equals keyboard dot next int. Why is it next int? Is because the data type is an integer. So whatever we type here has to match the data type. So you're going to see this change again when we do get the hourly pay rate. So hourly pay, I'm just going to make it look a little fancy. And then here I'm going to change this up to say pay rate. And instead of dot next int, it's going to say next double to allow us to enter in that decimal. And then now this is just going to look very similar. Gross pay equals hours times pay rate. And then now I want to display. So I'm going to say system.out.println, and I'm going to say hello plus name plus quote. I'm going to say, I'm going to put a period just to make it look nice. You earned plus gross pay. And that's it. So if I run this, it's going to come down here and say, what is your name? So I'm going to type in Johnny Smith. How many hours did I work this week? I worked 35 hours, and I get paid $15 an hour. So hello, Johnny Smith. You earned $525. So that is how we get keyboard input. So you just enter it in the console down there, and it makes everything work nice. So in this next video, what we're going to learn is also we're going to learn how to enter an input, but in a different way with a GUI.